Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Anzisha Prize, and thank you for being evidence that the program does not end with an awards gala or a grand prize. Now, to start us off, please tell us a little bit about your initiatives. Firstly, so we see what a proper elevator pitch looks like, but also for the benefit of those of us who are new to ALA, the ALA network, and the Anzisha Prize. Wesam?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I haven't done this in a bit of a while. Okay, my name is Wizam. My business is Prep Class. Prep Class started from our passion to help students in Nigeria do better in their test and examination. What we do is we connect parents who have kids that have one academic challenge or the other to tutors who have expertise and skill in that particular subject knowledge where the child is having difficulty. We've been doing this since 2014, which is when we came for the first version of the Anzisha Prize. The reason why this problem was so important is because the academic performance of students in Nigeria has been dropping over the years, and then you have classes, on average, the teacher to students ratio in a class should be about 1 to 20, where in Nigeria you have classes of 1 to 40, 1 to 30, 1 to 50. So what you have in the end is parents resorting to supplementary means of education, getting tutors to help their children, or getting other forms of supplements for their kids. And so in Lagos, about 1 in 5 families will request for a tutor at some point or the other. And so what we did was create a solution for these parents who need tutors for something or the other to be able to get tutors who live close to them, are skilled, are vetted, have been tested. Our tutors go through 3 stages of testing. And these tutors have been rated and reviewed, and we've done background checks on them. So when they're getting tutors from us, they know they're getting the very best of tutors that are available. So far, we've worked in over 700 homes in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, and in Abuja. We've provided over 900 jobs within the past 2 years. We've worked with more than 550 tutors, and currently we have over 300 tutors that we're currently paying at the moment. We've facilitated over 50,000 hours of tutoring. And the goal for us is over the next 2 years to facilitate over 1 million classes across 7 cities in Africa and employ over 3,000 tutors. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mabel Suklo, co-founder and CEO of EcoShoes. And what EcoShoes do is we train and employ people with disabilities to manufacture bags and shoes from recycled ties and scrap fabric. This we do as a way of empowering them economically, because these people are not offered job opportunities just for the mere fact that they are disabled. And I drive in the inspiration from my grandmom that was a leprous patient, being able to cultivate food crops on a piece of land to feed my mom and myself. I believe so well that people with disabilities should first of all be given a chance by we the able ones, coupled with the right kind of resources to earn a better living. And that is what EcoShoes has been established to do. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm David from Cameroon. I'm the CEO and founder of Pole Vote. So first of all, I'm a farmer, so I grow chickens, which I relate to. So I have 3 farms actually, and we also run a platform where we help local scale farmers from training to technical assistance, right up to sales and marketing. But when it comes to sales and marketing, we actually do not sell our chickens. We give our chickens as loans to women and youth in communities who go and sell to make a living for themselves. So through that, we have helped over 300 women to get loans, which they can feed their families. Also, through our value chain, we help kids get access to education by enabling their parents pay for their school fees using maize or soybeans, which we use to feed the chickens. So through that program itself, we have helped more than 2,000 kids get access to education. Thank you.
Mabel, you just won the Challenge Prize for Job Creation. Now, as you think about jobs and scaling up, exactly how do you go about deciding whether or not to invest in greater technology or more jobs?
Well, as our guest speaker just made us understand, technology is really needed in whichever sector you are in. So I wouldn't say that I would totally get rid of technology, because I know technology built our economies. in primary sectors like agriculture, for instance. So with us, it's a promising thing. Why? Because we are doing something I call impactful sourcing. That is creating businesses that are engaging disadvantaged individuals that's are taxed to do operations or things or manufacturing that deals with interaction, human interaction. So I'm not saying we are going to get rid of technology, but it can be outsourced. So it's not out of technology, all right, but the whole thing is to get employment opportunities for people with disabilities who are out of the job market just for the mere fact that they are disabled. So it's going to be an incorporative form that is to help grow the economy in a way.
Wesam, you just won the challenge prize for revenue growth. Please tell us what changes you made to your business plan that allowed you to scale up and make more moolah.
Okay, so when we came for the Anzisha 2014, what we were doing was we were the same thing, helping students get better in their performance in local tests and exams. But precisely, we were letting them do that by accessing our platform and providing them with past questions and answers to those questions. So the students will have to visit our website, look at different questions, and basically it was supposed to be an online platform to help them with their strengths and their weaknesses, understand where they need to learn and help them out with it. But in terms of impact and a number of things that were very, very important to us, it wasn't doing as much as we wanted it to do. And so we're getting a lot of calls from clients who would still ask us questions despite the fact that we had already explained these things. So because we're listening a lot to the feedback we're getting, we realized that it would be better if we had physical teachers go to their homes and actually help them with these difficulties. So that brought a number of changes. The most significant one that affects our revenue directly is the fact that for the test prep platform, where students were paying about, say, $3 for 3 months of access, for the tutoring, where tutors go to their homes, a client could be paying as much as $100 per month. So it significantly changes the amount of money we were making on each person. We have some clients who pay as much as $500 or more per month. So it was a significant change. So that change in the business model was what allowed us to catapult our revenues to where they are now.
David, you just won the challenge prize for business transformation. Tell us a little bit about how you improved your business operations towards making it a little bit more sustainable.
Okay, so thank you. First of all, I started my business in 2011, and I started with just 10 chickens. So over the time, I wanted to be able to grow, as fast as possible to make much more money and send much more tasty chickens to the market. But I faced a lot of problems. So the first one was capital. So I needed money to build the houses, which I did not get. So I didn't see myself stopping at that level. So the first thing I did was partner with many more farmers. Together we are stronger. So we decided to come together to try to meet the unmet demand of the market. That went well, but we decided to pivot again. So we saw that in the market of chickens, what happens is that there's a lot of a mismatch when it comes to information or when it comes to training at the level of the local scale farmers. So we decided to train the farmers, also try to see how we can do follow-ups using technology. So we send them SMSs and we send veterinarians to their farms every week to check on their products. And then finally we introduced the contract farming system. Because right now what happens, we have had 2 cases of avian flu, which is the bird flu, which kills all chickens. So we had it twice, and most farmers lost all their working capital. So we use this advantage to be able to provide them with working capital, and they just need to grow the chickens, and we do all the sales and all the back end. So that has really worked because we are able to meet up the demand and schedule all our customers so that we can meet up the current demand. So that part is for the outside. For the inside, we have tried to use a lot of technology ourselves to try to see how we can get our feedback loop very, very short. So we try to get information from customers, and we, with our team, try to grow processes to meet up to that demand. So that's what we've been doing for the past while.
Back to Wezem. Please tell us exactly how the Anzisha network has helped you in scaling and improving your business.
Okay. So first, there are the obvious ones. For instance, I'm here, right? That's pretty obvious. But I would say there are more crucial things that are less easy to see. And I every now and then, when I have the chance to, I talk about the psychological or the less physical consequences of being an entrepreneur, the ones that are less spoken about. The daily debates you have with yourself about whether you're doing the right thing, whether you should leave what you're doing to chase a master's, for instance, whether you're on the right path. Those questions can be almost as crippling as a problem with your revenue flow, for instance. They can wake you up by 3 a.m. in the morning in cold sweat. So it's very encouraging to have this network of people that they're also young. They're just like you. It's the same demographics. They have the same challenges, maybe in a slightly different country, but same continent anyway. Constantly trying to solve the problems that beleague them and their communities, and they are not giving up. So that constant stream of encouragement, that place you can get support and motivation, and it's not just like, oh, you're speaking with a 50-year-old CEO of a big company that has made a lot of money, but you're speaking with someone who's like almost the same age with you, and you can draw support and encouragement from them. That's a big deal. That's not something I can put in terms of dollars or money, but it's super, super, super helpful to have that network.
Now, it might seem a little intimidating that you guys have done all of this at such a young age. So just so we know you're still human, David, what's your favorite movie and why?
Oh, wow. I think it's Forrest Gump, actually. Forrest Gump.
Any reason why?
I really relate to the main character in the movie where he lives life one day at a time. That's the life of an entrepreneur. You wake up every morning, just like the chickens. You don't know if you should run or not. So the movie really relates to me, and I watch it.
Now, Mabel, you were in this exact position exactly 1 year ago. How did you feel then? How do you feel now? And what advice do you have for our current finalists?
Last year, I was in that same seat as my brothers and sisters are in, kind of anxious and nervous a bit because I was like, okay, after this night, what happens, and that kind of thing. But right now, as you can see, I'm a living testimony of the Anzisha program. Here I am excited to meet great minds that are also moving Africa just like me, which is making me believe and keep on motivating myself and keep on telling myself, maybe you need to get things going because Africa is really in a safe hands with great minds like that. So what I really want to advise is entrepreneurship is, it should be like something like a calling in a DNA. In genetics, for instance, we get to know that our DNAs and our genes are influenced by both environmental factors and hereditary factors. So I would say that your passion is your hereditary factor because that is what will keep moving you even in those dark, lonely nights whereby you feel like giving up and that kind of thing. And then I would liken the Anzisha Prize to the environmental factors that would influence it for you to grow to really become what your genes were really made for. Because Anzisha is not just a network that you think, oh, I want to just get a name or something. It has a whole lot of opportunities, of which you've seen it today with the challenge prizes, the Yes You support unit. And as he was saying, the emotional attendance they give to us, they give to us. We are a family. Definitely, when you have this problem, this person helps you out and that kind of thing. And as our keynote guest speaker said again, we need to connect with each other to really move this continent and write a great African history. So Anzisha is your environmental factors. You are in the network. Make use of the network, and then together we'll move Africa forward. Thank you.
And the final question for all of you. What advice do you have for young, budding entrepreneurs out there? Any one of you can go first.
Okay. So I think the first thing out there, any young entrepreneur outside, everywhere, actually, is to be original. So most of the times we try to not be ourselves. We want to be in a particular way. But entrepreneurship and solving issues is about being yourself. Maybe it's your culture, the way you speak, everything about you is your business. So I think you should do that. The second thing is about learning. Life is a learning process. Make sure you learn. Business, we never get business on the first day. We never solve issues with the first try. So you keep learning, never give up, you make it.
Okay, I think I said that in the latter part of I trying to talk about my DNA stuff. So I'll just say, be persistent, be determined, and be inspired. Inspire yourself to do that, because you will not have people every day to be inspiring you. You have to be a self-motivator.
So because I know there's some ALA students here, I think I'll almost literally direct my answers to the young entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs I know that are around. I think my answer would be to remember that failure is a part of success. So it's when we're here surrounded by so many fantastic people who have done phenomenal stuff, and I know with the Anzisha program, these wonderful entrepreneurs come from all around the world and they're doing amazing things in their own countries. Sometimes it's almost possible to forget that there is this thing called failure or the possibility of it. So I think the main thing I'll just advise is, even as we're surrounded and inundated by this awesomeness, as you guys, or as we chase our own personal journeys, not to forget that it's possible to fail. It's a bus stop. It's not a destination. If you fail, pick yourself up and keep moving. Sometimes you might have to change direction. Sometimes you push harder, but that's it.
Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and your favorite movies with us. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have it one more time for our panelists?